Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of OMG Craft. Today we are talking about the amazing, incredible, little bit weird and mysterious magical chorus fruit. Maybe you've picked some of this up. Maybe you need to know some tips and tricks about this stuff because it is insane. There's nothing else like it in Minecraft and we're gonna teach you all about it. So first off, is that chorus fruit grows in these really tall trees, stalks, things. I don't know how you describe them. They look like this, okay? Little tentacles from the ground. Super duper weird, okay? These guys can be harvested just by punching the bottom of it, and then the whole rest will pop off. This is very similar to kelp, or like maybe vines in the opposite direction, that sort of thing. And then you get the amazing chorus fruit as the output. Now, this is obviously in the overworld, and chorus fruit, if you've been around Minecraft for a while, is not an overworld thing. This is from the end. I expected that to make a big ol' sound, and that was really anticlimactic. I think that I think that I have like ambient environment or off or something. Something is off here. I was expecting a cool sound, but that did not happen. If you get it from the end and bring it into the overworld, you can grow it yourself. Just bring some end stone with you. This will not be available the moment you go into the end. You do have to defeat the Ender Dragon and then go to the islands outside of the main center island. You can also bridge over about 1,000 blocks and get to those other islands without defeating the Ender Dragon if you want. And that is how you get this stuff. Now, you harvest it and you get chorus fruit. But how do you plant it? Well, you need the chorus flower. So you'll notice that you got a few different types of blocks right there at the top. You can either go up there and harvest this with just like an axe, just by like attacking it, or you can shoot an arrow at it and it will break and pop off, and then you get the flower. Now I have one right here because this one I made and it didn't grow anywhere. I think this one was messing with it. But you can just shoot that with a bow so that you don't have to actually block up and get that. You can just shoot it with a bow. If it happens to land on the tree part itself, you can always just break the rest of the tree. So I think I have one up there that is stuck up there. All I have to do, break the bottom of it. It'll break everything, and there you go. That's the fruit. Do notice that those arrows fell, and if you're standing under them, then they could break, and kill you. So, they fall on you. So don't do that. So I'm gonna plant this. You can see I put my random tick speed way up, and so this is this thing growing. It branches out, grows, and then when that flower turns into like a node, it's still a flower, but it's not gonna grow anymore. And they grow from there. So you can see this thing that I broke. This is not growing anymore. So I'd have to plant a new one, let it grow up, and then we're all good. Now, I thought that if I break something like this, it would it'd keep going, but no. For some reason, that was in my Minecraft memory banks, but that's not true. So make sure that you harvest the flowers before you tear this down in the overworld. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get more chorus fruit. You need to harvest the flowers before you pull the whole thing down. Now, we talked about how to get it, and we talked about ways to harvest it, but why? Okay? Sorry, I should have probably started with this thing. This stuff is weird. You eat it and you teleport, okay? You can see I'm looking right here at this branchy thingy. Whoop, not anymore. I've moved. This is found in the end, kind of with the Enderman, and you kind of teleport like an Enderman, okay? Enderman will teleport within a 32 by 32 area. You are only going to teleport within 8 blocks of where you are standing. So you're not going to go quite as far as an Enderman. You may even just like get lost if you do that. But that will work. You'll also notice that if I stand over here near the water, or even if I'm in the water, or even if I'm in lava, okay, remember this, for the nether, if you're in one of these, it will not teleport you to water or to lava. Now you'll notice just then, I ate and it didn't do anything. What was up with that? Well, it does 16 tries to teleport you randomly within an 8x8, so it just did it right then. And if it doesn't find anything, it won't teleport you anywhere. So right here, it looks like there may not be a block within 8 blocks of myself. Oh, get out of here, Drown. That it can teleport me to. And it'll also do it only 16 times. So there's a chance that in those 16 random checks, it does not find a valid location if you're like in a big open area or there's a lot of water around you. And it's only within 8 blocks, which is really, really close if you think about it. If you're like dying in lava, you got to get within 8 blocks of land before it can teleport you to safety. So it is a limited range, and you move slow while you're eating, so you really gotta hope that you know that you're gonna get out of lava while eating this. Now this will teleport you up, and maybe I can teleport up there, maybe not. Now I have a really, really, really tall ladder, and I don't want to spend the time that it takes to climb up this thing. But coarse fruit will teleport you downwards, okay? So if I eat it right up here, I'll teleport to the ground. As you can see, it seems like it's an 8x8 except down to infinity. As long as there is something down there for you to teleport to, it won't do that in upwards direction. Like if I stand here, there's like no way I'm gonna teleport up to the top of there, but it will go down really, really far. So if you're trying to get down off of something, eating coarse fruit is a great way to do it. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, if it goes down, what if I'm in another sticky situation like falling? Well, your fall, as you can see, I died. Your fall momentum does not stop, okay? It'll teleport you to the ground with your same amount of momentum, and so you'll still splat, unless if you were able to like eat it. Like the problem is you hit like terminal velocity before you before like it takes too long to eat. So the length it takes to eat, you already are at terminal velocity. So if you start to like eat before you fall off, then it will save you, like I just did there. I ate before I fell. That will save you. Now there is an exception to this, and it deals with Elytra. So if I put on Elytra and I do the same thing, so I've activated my Elytra here, then it will teleport me to the ground all safe like, okay? I'll be just fine when I hit the ground. Now, there is one other thing you gotta think about, and you notice I flew over that way first. If I fly this way and there's only water below me, if I eat this thing, it won't teleport me anywhere. Water is not a valid location, so it'll just stop my momentum, which is, I feel like, a weird bug. So you do need ground below you within an 8x8 for it to teleport you to the ground. But if you're wearing Elytra, you can do that safely without worry that you're gonna take 1,000,000 points of fall damage and die. Now, this coarse fruit can be cheaty. And I mean like really, really cheaty. Really, really, really cheaty. So here I am in a creative mode, and you can see that I have made a bedrock structure. And this is bedrock all the way around. There is no entrance and no exit to get into this bedrock building. But if I eat coarse fruit, there is a chance that I will teleport into the bedrock structure, ignoring all of the walls, all of the quote-unquote security that maybe a server admin threw up with this bedrock building. There we go. It is luck of the draw, so you never really know, you know, it's random. So you don't know if you're gonna get teleported immediately or not. But as you can see now that I'm in here, there was no other way to get in here. Ender pearls can sometimes cut through stuff if you're below it and you're crouching and you're on a ladder and you go straight up, but you cannot go sideways with ender pearls. You can't go sideways into a structure with ender pearls. So you can teleport in and out of these bedrock boxes. Oh, come on. Is it not going to do it again? It did it once, at least, with coarse fruit, which is incredible. And I am in survival. So, you know, there's no fancy, oh, you can do that while you're in creative, but you can't do that when you're in survival. This is not planned. It is random. Oh, I thought I did it. It is random. When I was in pre-recording, there we go. We got back in. When I was doing pre-recording, like testing stuff. It was happening a lot more often. Now you can also do this not only with bedrock, but with barrier blocks as well. And I guess you can't see the barrier blocks unless you're in creative mode. Okay, guess so. Get out of here, F3. There you go. Barrier blocks. I did not realize that was only a creative thing. Back into survival mode, and there we go. I'm standing on the barrier blocks. You can see that I'm floating here, just out in space. And that's because I am in a barrier block box. I'm in a block box of barrier blocks. Oh my gosh, that's too much. So that works as well. And finally, if you're within 8 blocks of something above you, you can teleport up. So as long as it's within that 8 block area, you can go up. So you'll notice that the second floor here is blue. So hopefully, if we get this right, we'll go up to the blue level. There we go. Okay, that took a while and a few tries to do it. I also have a red up there, but I highly doubt that I'm going to get lucky. For some reason, it seems to favor going down instead of going up. So if I'm here at the blue level, you would think it would like focus on sideways, but it does go down an awful lot. And I've just noticed that just through, happens through me testing it a whole bunch of times. Oh, there we go. We went up to blue. Hooray. If I look up, will it go up? No, I don't think that it has anything to do with which way I'm looking, but we did get that to work again. So you can go up. It seems to favor going down. So it may be really frustrating if you're trying to go up like 3 levels. That just won't work. One final thing that I want to point out is that you can eat this chorus fruit when your hunger is full. It does restore 2 hunger haunches, 4 hunger points, and so if you're in the end, you should have no excuse to starve. But as you can see, I can eat this while I'm completely full. So I guess you could fill up on saturation definitely by eating this stuff. One more thing to note is that this is a great way to like save yourself in a whole bunch of situations, but that 8 block limit is really, really tight. And it takes you so long to munch down on this stuff that if you're hoping to use this to save yourself from falling into the void, like if you fall off one of the end islands, there's almost no chance, even here with water, like I'm too far away from that to get back up. If I'm floating up here, there we go. It's able to get me up there, but there's almost no chance unless you can see that you are falling past a location, and then you'd still take that fall damage unless you have Elytra. So that's very, very, very rare. And finally, I just want to mention that you can take chorus fruit, put it into a furnace, and you'll get popped chorus fruit as the result. Popped chorus fruit cannot be eaten anymore, but it is almost like a brick, okay? It turns from like a food source into a brick. And what I mean by that is that you can use this as a crafting material now. So if you take it and put it into a crafting table, you'll get purple blocks as a result, and those purple blocks can be made into all the various stairs, slabs, pillars, columns, that sort of thing with purple blocks. And you can also put blaze powder or blaze rods above popped chorus fruit, and you get end rods as a result. So this is the way that you craft end rods with your popped chorus fruit. So popped chorus fruit really only has those 2 uses, but it is pretty cool if you want some purple blocks, to build with, is setting up one of these farms to get chorus fruit. Now you know an awful lot, maybe too much, about chorus fruit and its uses. So now you can go into the end with confidence and go. You have to go through one of these end gateways. I missed. There we go. And find the chorus fruit of your heart's desire and build, create, go wild. And to be honest, it's a big safety measure for me. I use it more for safety than anything else. So now you know everything there is to know about chorus fruit, pop chorus fruit, and all of its abilities. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like. Make sure that you subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, and tutorials. Sometimes some little spotlights and showing off cool stuff in Minecraft, news, all that stuff. So subscribe for future videos and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of the video. I'll see you in another one. Bye.